In today's video, I want us to look at a couple of data that I believe after going through this data, it's going to give us some perspective as to where the market is heading towards. But to my opinion, I believe we have gotten to a point where we should be seeing huge move to the upside for altcoins and meme coins. Of course, meme coins are altcoin, but you know what I mean to say. Altcoins, meme coins, that's how people try to differentiate it. But this video, really, guys, is very important, and I want you to watch it till the end. I'm going to look at Bitcoin. I'm going to look at the USDT dominance. I'm going to look at total tree and other metrics in the market that I believe plays a lot of role when it comes to the market reversing after a huge dip. So make sure you watch the video till the end. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, you are welcome. Make sure you do the usual drill. Subscribe, like the video, and share it with someone else out there. If you do like the video, it means you want YouTube algorithm to show it to more people. Now, guys, let's dive into this. I'm really curious as to what might happen this week. This week is more of a decisive week to me. I know most people are looking at the tariff, what Trump is going to be doing and so on. But me, I'm looking at what the chart is saying. I know the chart represents people's behavior, like mindset. And if, say, price is holding at key levels, I want to believe that the market makers are at one point in time trying to prepare for the next move to the upside. That's why I'm so vigilant looking at the price to see where the market makers want to move price to. Now, this is Bitcoin, guys, on the 4 hours time frame. Where we are right now is very crucial. Why? Because we are above the alpha trend. Okay, I'm going to drop to the daily time frame so I show you guys what has been going on here on the daily time frame. You can see clearly we have been in a downtrend on the daily time frame. I can even draw a trend line. You're going to see that we are in a downtrend. But now, guys, we are approaching a key area, a key zone that I believe if price is going to break that key zone, it's going to take us straight away to this area around 95 or $96,000. I've talked about this in my previous videos when it comes to where we might be heading towards. Okay, but now there's also another zone that I want to see Bitcoin stay above, like this zone here. And Bitcoin is above this zone, is still above this zone. Meaning, if we're going to see some sort of breakout here above 88 or above 86, right up to around 88, and we see price stays around 88.90, then there's high chances that they're going to go straight away to grab this liquidity around 96, $95,000. So give or take, I think that if, say, we are not going to see some sort of reversal downward, then maybe we're going to see price go there. But on the flip side, I'm looking at this area too as an area of interest. There's a lot of liquidity here that the market makers can still bring price downward to grab. They might not, bring it now, but they can still bring price downward to grab this liquidity around 80, 81, or $78,000. This is something that you should be looking at, because if we're going to lose this zone, zone where we are right now, this zone, then there's high chances that the next support area is going to be here. Now this is acting as support. If we break it, becomes resistance, and then I'm going to be looking at this one as support. Now this zone is acting as resistance. You can see we saw how price went there last week. Price didn't succeed to go and make higher highs. Price is still struggling now to get there, which is awesome. You can see this huge buy on this vector candle, and price recover half of this vector candle. That's what we want to see always. When you see a vector like this, huge with a huge volume, just wait for price to recover at least half of it, then you start looking for a buy opportunity. That's why if you drop down to the 4 hours time frame, you see clearly that after price made this huge move to the upside, price stay mostly above the alpha trend. So the alpha trend is one of my main indicator to show me change of trend. You can see it printed a sell signal here, and then this buy signal, and ever since price has stayed above this zone. And now we are seeing price, bouncing or rejecting again from the alpha trend as what price did here last time. So this could mean the beginning of the next upward trend. So this is how we do it. This is the first move to the upside, second move, then I'm looking for the third move, and the third move can take us right up to about 88 or $89,000, as I mentioned. Now, to confirm what I'm trying to say here, we can look at the liquidity heat map to give us some perspective as to where we have more liquidity in the market. And now, looking at this heat map, you're going to see that the same zones that we have seen on the chart is going to be the same zone we're going to see here. You can see we have liquidity right up to around $88,000. You can see right there. And you can see also we have it at around $86,000. And we don't have much down here. Like the main one here is around $82,000. So I think that we are going to around $88,000 this week at least to grab this liquidity. From there, maybe price can decide what price want to do. But we're going to be following this daily to see what price is doing. Now, let's drop to the weekly time frame. Let's see the macro, like the bigger picture, where the market makers could push price to, and based on this, you can see that we are already around this area, and this is going towards the 88 or $89,000. So there's high chances that they can take us up there to around 88,000, then bring us back down. So if you see rejection around 88, $89,000, then know that they can bring price right down to even $75,000 for Bitcoin. So don't think that because we are at this point in time, it means that we are safe to go. And you can see here, price hasn't been able to go and make higher highs. We are lagging here, so we should see price at least go and break this $87,000 and stay above $88,000. And if price is not able to hold that price point, then be rest assured that they can take Bitcoin right down to $75,000 to sweep this liquidity. Yes, lots of liquidity that they can come and grab. Now, talking about other metrics in the market, I want us to briefly look at USD dominance to see where we are with dominance. So on the 4 hours time frame, we are bouncing from the better moving average, which is a bullish signal. You can see whenever price get there, this the better moving average, price always bounce from it and make the next high. Well, not always, but most of the time you can see here it bounce here. So it's more of a trending indicator as the alpha trend. What should we be expecting? At least we should be expecting some sort of quick movement to the upside. And if say we see dominance cross the alpha trend and go towards this 50-day moving average, then we can expect reversal from there. But if say we're not able to break above the alpha trend and stay above the alpha trend, like what happened here, you see we break above and stay above the alpha trend. If we're not able to do it here, then there's high chances that we can break and start trading below the beta moving average, which is bullish for crypto and altcoins. That's why I think where we are right now is a decisive zone. If I see dominance do something like this, come back up, then I'm buying crypto like crazy, But for now, we are still in a decisive zone. There's no confirmation yet. Instead, what you should be doing right now is looking at opportunities to cash out some profit from your altcoins. At the same time, you're looking at some possible buy opportunities for them, because again, as I mentioned, if we are at a support zone, if we lose the support zone, then prices are at least going to retest the support zone, then make the next move to the upside. And let's look also at um, this dominance stuff. That's Bitcoin dominance. Let's see where we are. But I want to look at dominance on the weekly time frame. So it's going to give you some perspective of where we are. So you can see we have hit this zone that I drew twice, one, two. So there's high chances that we might see price break this moving average here and start trading below. So if I see price stay below either of these 5-day or 13-day EMA, then I am going to start looking at altcoins. But the good thing is we have to look at all of this real time, like look at what is going on and prepare for what might happen in the future. And that's why I think Bitcoin still have strength. We can still see Bitcoin go up, and we still need to see altcoins show us some strength. And Ethereum going to be the big player here to give us that go ahead. So looking at dominance, Bitcoin looks so strong. Now let's get to Ethereum. Ethereum is more tricky in a sense that Ethereum is looking bullish and bearish at the same time. So let me just bring in the chart of Ethereum here. I think Ethereum will determine what altcoin market is going to do in the future. So you can see on the weekly time frame, you can see we have this some sort of hammer, and it's a vector candle. So we should expect this weekly candle to at least kiss this moving average here, this 5-day moving average. So I'm looking at Ethereum to go right up to about $1,800. But the realistic price that I think is going to happen this week is at least $1,750. Now we can turn to the heat map to see where we are with Ethereum, where we have liquidity. Let's see with Ethereum where we have liquidity, and also we can look at the 1 week price action on the liquidity heat map to see where we have the most orders. You can see we have orders here around 1,700. So give or take, we can bounce from there. So if Bitcoin is gonna go straight away to around $88,000 or around $89,000, then be rest assured that Ethereum is gonna go to around 1,750. This is something I think is doable. We can come back here. You can see clearly this huge move to the downside, and now we are seeing recovery. We can go to Bitcoin Ethereum pair to see what we got there. You can see here, you know, there's high chances that we are going to kiss this moving average. So Ethereum is gonna do well than Bitcoin. I think either of these days we're gonna see Ethereum make its way to the upside at least. These are all the stuff I'm looking at so that I'm gonna be preparing myself for what might happen in the future. And guys, I don't know exactly what will happen. Trust me, I don't know exactly what will happen, but I know what I'm gonna do if either of what I'm saying happen. So if it happens this way, I'm gonna do it that way, or it happened that way, I'm gonna do it this way. So that's just how we do it. That's how traders operate. And I don't want you to behave as if okay, I'm saying exactly what I think is gonna happen. Now, guys, there's this chart that I want us to see right now, which is total trade. These are all cryptocurrencies, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. That means your altcoins are out there. So you can see where price is on total trade. Look at this. This is awesome. Okay. We are sitting above the 50-day moving average, which is awesome, guys. I want to see the next move take us up at least to this upside and then stay above this 50-day moving average on the weekly time frame. This is very important, guys. And again, we are in an uptrend. Total trade is still bullish. We haven't yet flipped bearish for total trade on the weekly time frame. You can see higher highs. You can see higher lows, and price hasn't yet broken this low here. To make lower low. So we are still in structure. We have seen rejection here. We want to stay above this moving average to see the next move to the upside. At least let us see price get here and is not able to make higher highs. Then we can start looking for ways to get out completely from the market. So looking at this now, I'm even more bullish, for altcoins. That's why I think we are looking at a reversal for most altcoins. This week is a crucial week, and I believe that we're going to see some sort of signal to give us some perspective as to where the market is heading toward. But to me, I believe strongly that this week is a pivot point. This week is going to take us to about $88,000 or $89,000 for Bitcoin, reverse back to maybe 75 or $81,000. And when people are more fearful, they are going to surprise us and start moving straight to the upside. So you should be keen, be focused. Don't be scared that the market is dumping. Now is the time for you to look at the market with a different lens and start building your portfolio gradually. Look at those coins that have good potential. They are down tremendously. And when the market starts making a huge move to the upside, they are going to be the first to move alongside other assets out there. If this content was helpful to you and you want me to keep creating more of such content, you know what to do. Subscribe, thumbs up, and share this content with someone else out there. I will said all this good stuff, guys. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Ciao.